coming back? No? Alright. Damn it, I gotta remember that I'm actually streaming when I talk to the cat. Otherwise, I'm gonna say something embarrassing. On the other hand, I really have no shame, so it's probably fine. Hey, babe. Oh, yes. The cat is eating actual food. She went through a phase where she was only eating cat treats. A lot of cat treats, but only cat treats. So I'm very happy to see her eating. Alright, anyway, I've got to stop talking about personal things while the ad is playing. That's the subscriber bonus, though. You get to hear me muttering about my cat. Holy crap. I'm muted watching Plunge 87 fight Sans in Undertale, and oh my god, that looks pretty impossible. And I don't quite understand Undertale's battle system anyway. But if you are here, you might want to go catch the end, catch that. Looks like he's playing fucking jump rope. Seriously, that's so much more interesting than anything I'm gonna do. No, it looks like brick out. Jesus. All right, I'm gonna stop giving commentary for someone else's stream and get to work on my own, huh? Seriously, go though. Go watch Plunge. You won't regret it. Yeah, screw it. I'm impatient. There we go. Okay, so last time I had some volume issues, and I actually intended to fix those off camera. And did I actually do that? No, I did not. I ended up realizing that I was behind on my book review blog and had to do that instead. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. All right. Let's go find my wife. Now, I am playing the module Aribeth's Redemption, which is a sequel module to the official campaign, as you may know. We have gone through 2 parts already. Aribeth has been on trial. She has been found guilty of dereliction of duty and must complete a number of quests to be reconciled to church and to country, so to speak. The Lord's Alliance, I guess. We've reconciled her to the church, and she has now become a cleric of Helm. I believe where I left off, I was going to talk to Anadriel Windalus for more quests. Let's talk to her.
Well met.
Greetings to both of you. My congratulations, Lady Aribeth, on your entry into the service of Helm. I understand that the god requires no specific deed of you at the moment, and hence you are at liberty to seek reconciliation with the political powers of the Lord's Alliance. Have you any task yet to perform in that regard? My husband has been asked by the head of the Silvery Moon Militia to aid in the investigation of one of the city guilds, which seems to have been corrupted in some way. I will aid him, as I think it a small but no doubt worthy task to undertake on behalf of a member of the Alliance. I'm going to have to watch out for that, because I read somewhere that that task involves an item strip, and that could get messy if the bag bug has not been dealt with. I've read somewhere that it has, but I don't know that for certain. The bag bug is something where, in the case of an item strip where when you have a lot of bags of holding, you might not get those bags of holding back. We saw a little bit of that when I played Aribeth's Revival. You might have noticed that they gave me 2 bags of holding extra, and I think that was partially to compensate for that. I don't know if that's still an issue, though. We'll find out. I can always DM spawn some replacements. In addition, our friend Lady Sharwin has come hither to ask aid against a dragon threat against Neverwinter. She met me this morning and bids us seek her at the Golden Sun Tavern in Silvery Moon. Lady Sharwin has come, and she did not pay me a visit. I scarce saw her at the wedding. My attentions were all reserved for you, my love, and have gained very little news of Neverwinter. We must be off to see her at once. It was for that reason I came to you, my love. But let us first see what the Highress has for us. Very well. It would appear that you have much to occupy you for the nonce. I have one other quest, though. It must wait until you have finished your other business. A mutual friend has informed me of a threat from the north. When you have finished your other quests, go and see the priest of Corlon Lorethian in Silvery Moon. We will see him when the time comes. Good. In the meantime, I will reinvigorate your Stone of Recall. It will now bring you here. I can heal you, and Brother Negnar has items for sale in the Sanctuary of Ilmater below. Thank you, Highress. We will return when we may. Alright. I'm feeling like... Okay, so we got a threat from the north, a rumor of dragons, and the Mirror of Soon. Or Suni, I guess. I note... Oh, and also a fiendish crime. Notice, the mystery appears solved with fiendish crime, and a Mirror of Soon appears finished as well, but they are not in my finished quest tab. That could be an oversight. Hello, Adiace Music, how are you? I'm doing well. I am musing about the fact that I have some quests that appear finished in my unfinished journal tab, which makes me think there's going to be more to that part of the story. I hope you're doing well. I don't know if you've seen, but Plunge 87 is towards the end of his Undertale playthrough, at least the current run. I don't know if he's finished yet. He was fighting a pretty hard boss last I looked. Honestly, it looked pretty fucking impossible to me, but I've never had much by way of hand-eye coordination. Now, how the hell do I get the fuck out of here? I forgot. Maybe over this way? Yeah. All right. That looks right. Can I move? Okay. Oh, it was a chair. I was trying to walk into a chair. Well, that was stupid. There we go. All right. Oh, my Stone of Recalls. Look, my inventory is still sorted very pretty for the moment. It's not going to last, but I quite like it for right now. How pretty it is. Alright, why am I not wielding my shield? I don't know. Is that the shield I should be using? I believe it is. So let's put that back. Weird. Yeah, I am not good. I'm glad you are, though. This is a nameless light bastard sword. I was going to give it to Aribeth, but now that she is a cleric, she's using a flail instead. I guess I'll sell it. I didn't really think that through, I guess. I suppose if I were playing on practicality, I would have kept her a paladin. On the other hand, I do recall, I don't know. I really wish there was a way to just put the choice onto her, even if it was just a random selection. But I read about that last time.
Well met.
Hello, Negnar of the impossible name. Fright and tight anvil. That just sounds vaguely dirty. I don't need to know about your tight anvil, dude. I don't even know what that means. Now, one thing I'd like to do is, if I can get some more money, I can enhance my sword a bit more, or I can enhance her weapon, which would be quite nice. Hopefully, I have not spent all my money and thus fucked it over so that she can't do anything. On the other hand, I should be able to kill stuff, and she can always keep me healed, so I guess it works out. Do I have anything else I can sell? I could sell her sword, but I feel like it'd be kind of rude to sell her sword on her, even if she's not using it anymore. I mean, it's her name's on it. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. I probably don't need those, but I like them, so I'm keeping them. Additional gear. I have too many helms and cloaks. And some armor. This armor actually turned out to be quite useful, I have to admit. When fighting with level drain, it's not as good as the armor I'm wearing overall, but it was useful. This I've got just for the novelty factor. Hafteen-studded leather armor. Probably should just get rid of it, but can never have enough loot. XX Jonathan accepts. That is correct. I agree with that, as long as you can keep it. Now, granted, I may end up having trouble with that item strip I talked about earlier. Oh, that's going to be a mess. I do like the shield. Well, there's no point in keeping the bastard sword, though. This gear is still potentially useful, though, so. Look at all my arrows. Hold on a sec. Is that an acid arrow? What's this one? Piercing arrow? It is an acid arrow. Why are they separate? Why are you not merging together? Weird. Maybe slightly different acid arrow? That makes no sense. Let's set this here for the moment. Because they should just stack, right? I think so. If I'm not mistaken in how this mechanic works, they should just stack. Huh. Well, I'm perplexed. Oh well. whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter. And those I can't sell. This stuff I probably can, let's be honest, but am I going to? Probably not. And random other shit. Alright. Well, I seem to be pretty much okay here. Let me see about flails that are available. +3, +4. Light flail +5. Which kind of fits into all the money I have, but if it's worth it. What does she have? Watchman's flail is +5. And a Holy Avenger, so maybe I'm not gonna touch that up. I didn't think Holy Avenger worked for anyone that wasn't a paladin, but maybe the module maker fits something around to make it work. Alright. Alright. I'm going the wrong way. Alright. So let's go towards Silvery Moon and see what the hell's up. Aribeth needs 4. I think, or 3. Maybe there'll be a 4th one. Oh. Aribeth takes you by the arm. She looks at you with smoldering eyes. Oh, goodness. Honey. I mean, I'm not necessarily opposed to rogue sex, but I think we got work to do. My lady? It's been 3 days, my lord. I'm not a big fan of the module, because Sharwin brought up virginity as well, and it did make a point, I think, of saying at one point that she and Fenthic never got around to banging. I don't know how I feel about that. It's like, maybe I'm just kind of opposed to the whole veneration of virginity as a social concept in the first place. I'm not really sure that that's something that is a big factor in the Forgotten Realms. Kind of like the paladins and clerics and such don't seem to have any sort of vow of celibacy. I'm not sure. Well, I mean, I don't have to choose the dialogue option, so I will not. I'm just kind of thinking out loud about that. It felt like a lifetime, lady. While on retreat, I prayed many times a day to Helm. I thought many times each night of you. Your smell, the feel of your arms, the weight of your body. I spent many lonely years pointlessly pursuing vengeance. With another, I was a heroine of my people. Alone again, I betrayed them. I was not meant to be alone. You won't be. She draws herself closer to you. Her voice lowers to a gentle purr. It's been 3 days. The High-Resist cabin is nearby. Should we not grace it one last time? Okay, well, I am a paladin, and I'm quite dutiful. On the other hand, my character is, I think, about 18 or 19 years old at this point. My character created him at 18 because that was kind of the default human starter age. So, he's probably really fucking horny. Let's go with... I was about to ask you that, my love. If they give me chaotic points for this, you know what? Fair game. Fair game. Let's go, bang in the cabin one last time. I mean, I was proposing banging on the street, so I'm sure as hell not gonna turn down banging in the cabin. Cabin, come on.
I'm sorry. It can't be done.
Yeah. She looks at you with smoldering eyes. My lady. Come, my lord. Let us make recompense for 3 days lost. She draws you close. Very well. Well now. Oh, we had a fade to black. The time passes all too sweetly. You and Aribeth, lawfully wed, sharing the delights reserved for such an estate. You emerge, joy shining in the lady's eyes. Time and energy well spent, my love. Shall we be on our way? To Silvery Moon, then. So they banged. They banged quite well. And quite often. Alright. So, now I gotta remember how the fuck to get to Silvery Moon. And I gotta not sing to myself by the light of the Silvery Moon again. fighting sands. Okay, sorry. I might have been peeking into my other window. I accidentally minimized my game for a second and thus got to see what he was doing. Alright, not this way. I need to go south. Right, south. He's just like, do you have any idea where you're going? No, last time I was led about by a beautiful woman who wasn't you. I really hope we avoid the cliche jealousy bit. I'm hoping. So. There we go. Boy. Are you the lionesses? I've been sent to find Sir Stephen and Lady Aribeth. You two match the description I was given. We are indeed the ones you seek. Have you a message for us? I'm an acolyte of the Church of Lathander. Father Milkino begs me see you. His wife is a priestess at the Church of Soon downriver, where he says that you, Sir Stephen, recently sojourned. This kid's got a pretty good vocabulary. I recently had an errand in that direction. Miss Sharnya, Father's wife came to our chapel in a hysterical state earlier today. The Soonites were attacked and something valuable stolen, or Miss Sharnya says that she thinks so. Father Milkino wishes you to come immediately to the chapel of Lathander, immediately south of the entrance to the elvish part of the city. We will go there immediately. Thank you, lad. Come here, lady. Well, looks like I might have called it. The Mirror of Soon quest. Yes, the Mirror of Soon, an ancient artifact of the goddess of beauty and love, was delivered to a temple of the goddess downriver from the city of Silvermoon. However, it appears that disaster has struck and the mirror has been stolen from the temple. Details should be sought from the priest of Lathander, whose wife apparently escaped the attack on the Soonite temple and is sheltering at the chapel of Lathander in the eastern edge of the elvish section of Silvermoon, not far from Lord Will's manor. Okay, well, looks like we know what we have to do. I called it. I thought there was a reason that was an incompleted quest. That is one of those, I think TV Tropes calls it interface spoilers. Oops, this is not where I want to be. I have a love-hate relationship with TV Tropes, to be honest with you. I think it's incredibly useful in one respect, but also, I mean, you can really tell when, like, fandom biases when you read TV Tropes pages on anything. And sometimes, like, you get a group of specific fans who clearly have taken over the damn wiki. Like, no, that's not really how it went. And it's clear you're just mad that your personal pet pairing did not happen or something like that. Or it's clear that you're ignoring every bit of complexity about this character because you like characters X, Y, and Z instead. That tends to happen too sometimes. Alright, we're going south. So that is me bitching about TV Tropes. At least there were a few things that I thought were genuinely offensive that I remember calling out on, and eventually someone fixed them. I don't know if it was because of me or someone else noticed the same problem, but I did appreciate that got fixed. Because most of the time it's just me bitching. It's pretty rare that I have a genuine, like, complaint in the sense of this is downright offensive. But I did have a couple. So, and they were addressed. Whether by me or someone else, so I'll give them credit for that. But it is still a love-hate relationship. Alright, so let's talk to Lenton Milkino.
Hello to you.
Sir Stephen, you have returned, and I'm grateful. I was just settling in to pray for the Soonites as my beloved Sharnya is finally getting some much-needed rest. She was in a terrible state when she arrived here. I calmed her down as best I could, and got enough of her stories so that I could dispatch young Brenthelin, my acolyte, to find you. I thought I saw the name Brethelin somewhere else. Not just the boy. Wasn't there another Brethelin in this, freaking game? I feel like there was. Another Father Brethelin. Oh well, doesn't really matter. I don't remember him looking like a child, though. Okay. We came as quickly as we could. Why is the dog barking upstairs? Alright. Stopped. Okay. Indeed. I'm surprised it took you so little time. It is a deal of a way to the temples in the mountains, and I little thought my lad could move so quickly. We were in the area. I understand. Please let me tell you what I know. You will need to get the details from my wife. The temple was attacked, and while most of the Sunites escaped, some were killed. Apparently, the young lady that you traveled with, Sir Stephen, was involved. My wife tells me something you brought them may have been stolen. Oh. Alright, Mora was involved? Yeah, I think I would ask about my friend first. Yes, that was the young lady's name. Poor Sharnia seems to have been nearly as upset by this Mora's apparent betrayal as the fact of friends being killed and relics being stolen. She can't seem to fathom it. Well, I can't believe Mora would. You'll have to discuss this with Sharnia. She's rested for some time and should be sufficiently able to talk with you. Do you know what sort of enemy attacked? There's a lot of water involved, apparently. My wife could provide more detail. They apparently came up out of the river. Whether they swam or navigated by boat, she could not tell. She escaped with a number of others and was sent by boat here. Clearly the river is still navigable, or was when she fled. The mirror soon was stolen. My wife says that Heartward Tyria seems to think so. She stayed behind to try to contain the situation as best she could. You will have to get details from Sharnia. Thank you. We will see your wife forthwith. Please do. Though your visit may upset her, she's aware of its importance. Indeed, I think she will be glad of your coming. She's very eager for help to come to this temple of Soon. The blessings of Lathander be on you both. All right. So, where is the lady? Is she around? Said she was resting. Where is she resting?
Hello to you.
Alright. I'm just gonna run through this to see if there's anything about where Sharnia is. Okay. Okay. Where the fuck is she? I mean, there's no doors around here, so she's got to be here somewhere, right? Unless she went back, but that makes no sense. Alright, I'm gonna need to scroll up. Perhaps I missed something in the dialogue. Alright. Getting some much needed rest. Okay. Should be sufficiently able to talk to you. So where the fuck is she? Is the woman invisible? Alright. Is there like a area transition that I'm not aware of? What the fuck? I'm not seeing anybody else here. Where is your wife, dude?
Hello to you.
Alright, show me your items. Where is your fucking wife? I don't have a place to go if I can't find your fucking wife, dude. Alright, I guess I'm leaving, because I can't find your wife. I'm very perplexed and a little annoyed. I mean, I could always move on with the plot elsewise, but I feel like I'd want to do this one first. Unless she's at the Temple of Soon. Well, let's try going back to the end real quick just to see if I missed some trigger. No, I'm still not seeing their wife here. Where the fuck is your wife? Said she's resting. There's no room. Alright. I'm annoyed. Very annoyed. cheat or anything. I did not cheat or anything. I might have cheated. Okay, there's a house next door. Alright. I guess that's part of the temple. I should have gone to look there. The vendor clear its house. Okay. Ah, here she is. Here she is. Okay. Well, there we go then. It's a nice place. Let's peek around. Let's borrow shit. Let's see the world. I'm borrowing it. Put it on our tab. Hey, the Church of Lathander has deep pockets. They can spare 45 gold. I do like seeing the houses that module makers design for folks. A very big house. Alright, so let's talk to Sharnia Milkino. Now the name. Oh.
Good day to you.
Are you Sir Stephen Lioness? And who is this with you? I am Sir Stephen Lioness, and this is my wife, Lady Aribeth. We understand that your temple was attacked. It was terrible beyond words. I was inside my boudoir, rearranging my pillows, when I saw what seemed a great wave wash up from the river. There were crashing sounds as the front door was apparently forced open. I ran down the back stairs and emerged with a knot of others. We fled to the nearby woods. From there I could see little of what moved from the river to the temple. There seemed to be almost a standing wave of water washing against the front of the building, to the height of the door. The surface of the water was in constant motion, so I could not see what passed through it. Water poured out of the now damaged windows of the temple. I saw flashes through the upper floor windows on occasion, and screams, some of which were cut short. One window flew open, and out bounded Heartward Tyria, bearing a wounded comrade in her arms. 2 priests and a priestess came out as well. They ran to where we were, and were not pursued. It must have been about that time that the wave of water against the temple began to subside. By the time the Heartward was with us, it was scarce 2 feet high. I saw odd shapes moving, but the spray from the water was strong enough to blot out all clarity. At about this time, Mora de Bove, the paladin, came rushing towards one of the side doors of the temple. We saw her rush up. What did she do? She'd been off on an errand. Heartward later told us she had been sent to the Hall of the Order, but she could not have completed her mission and returned so quickly. It's nearly a day's walk, and Mora had only been sent out this morning. She was rushing toward the temple. I thought to help, then oh gosh, she pulled out a sword and killed poor Lars Cropcraft. She sliced his throat wide open as she fled. I still can scarce believe it. She murdered one of your fellows? She started after another and would have made short work of her too, had not some sort of call come from the inside. She flung a dagger at another fleeing priestess, apparently killing her. I never found out who. I left soon after to find you and ran aside. She's not reemerged. I don't know what to say. Heartward was speechless. I think she was planning an assault with her remaining clergy to free the temple until she saw what Mora did. 2 bodies lay dead by Mora's hand. Several more had been thrown through the windows. We had no full count before it was sent away. What happened with the wall of water? It continued to drop, but it was not possible to see what sort of creatures were passing through it. We could see flashes from inside the temple still, but could not tell if that was continued fighting or some dark defilement by the enemies. Heartward thinks that they were somehow able to breach the protections about the Mirror of Soon and take it. She thinks that was the reason for the attack. Mist and spray continued to flow from the river, blocking any view we might have had of what was transpiring. We could make out the tips of what looked like weapons, many of them, over the way and spray. So this was an organized attack. Very much so, we all think. Heartward is convinced the mirror was the cause, although she thought it surprising that whatever enemy this is waited several months to launch the attack. What was the Heartward Tyria doing? She apparently did not have any warning of the attack until it was launched. She fought whatever it was that attacked, apparently large water creatures of some type. She said that they were largely impervious to magic and were very strong. The water vapor in the area made it hard to see what she was fighting. The others who fought next to her said much the same thing. When Sister Giglay Tweets, that's a terrible name, she's dead, so it doesn't matter, dropped from a blow by one of the creatures, Heartwood bore her up and leapt through one of the second-story windows. Divine power broke her fall, and she rushed to where the rest of us were standing. The others followed. Apparently none of that group were injured. Others were fleeing as best they could, and apart from Mora's surprise assault, there was no apparent attempt to pursue us. Heartwood first made to ascertain how many had gathered, and seemed to be making plans for a counterstroke when Mora's attack stopped her in her tracks. So you were sent to find us. How? After Mora ran inside, the door closed, not to reopen again. We all watched as water stream from the river continue to pound against the temple, and dim figures moved back and forth. Later, that subsided. We were approached by one of the alligator brothers. One of the alligator brothers? Apparently they'd been hired to come that day. No one knows by whom. And had stopped somewhere up the river, having seen the commotion. One of them, I can never tell one from the other. Well, that's kind of racist, isn't it? Came along the trees by the riverbank, saw where we were, and came to see what the matter was about. Heartwood hired them on the spot to take me to Silvery Moon. She knows about my husband, and apparently decided I would get the word out more quickly and discreetly through him than could any of the others. A brother was chosen to go to the Paladins of the Order, and another to make her way via the House of the Order to her husband in Waterdeep. The trip up the river was the longest of my life. I was in a near frenzy when I arrived at my husband's chapel. He has been a blessing, and assured me that he would send for you at once, which was the Heartwood's clear intention. Apparently she trusts you. Well, that's good to hear. We shall not fail her. This is most distressing news, my lord. I recall that one of the attacks we thwarted some months ago against the temples was by a group hired using some sort of underwater parchment. Could this not be the same group? I doubt not you are right, but let's see for ourselves. The Alligator Brothers are awaiting you at the docks nearby. Please tell them that I sent you, and they will not charge to take you to our temple. You must consult with Heartwood Tyria once there. I'm sure you will be able to help us. I wish I were so certain. Still, with my lady by my side, farewell, Mrs. Milkino. I hope to bring good news when next I'm here. I feel like she's got a title beyond Mrs. last name, doesn't she? Well, I suppose I'm just being picky. touchy feminist concern. Right now, she's here in the capacity as a wife, I guess, so it's not Been kind of hiding, I guess. That makes some sense. Alright, I guess I'll stop bitching. If I bitched about everything, I'd have a really long day.
Well, hello there.
Greetings, Master. If you need conveying upon this river, just inquire of the Alligator Brothers. I've been told by Sharnia and Milton that you will transport me to the temple soon. Aye, that we can, Master. Please come aboard and we'll start right away. I doubt we'll be able to make it today. The river's been flowing a mite queer of late. We might have to stop off somewhere along the way. Very well. My lady and I will make camp as befits your needs. That does seem odd. The trip was brief enough the last time I was here. No control over the flow of the river, and there's been naught in the way of wind as late. I'm afraid that we can't make it all the way tonight, but if you come aboard, we'll cast off when you're ready. Let's be on our way. Hold on. Let me save first. Let's be quick about it. The attack on the temple is a dire one. It won't brook no long delays. Okay, well, we're just gonna save. There we go. Temple attack. Goodness. That's so hard. Sorry. I'm just still fighting. That fight looks really, really hard. make it though. Really good. Alright, so let's talk to Ajax again.
Well, hello there.
Alright. Yeah, here we go. Same dialogue. Let's say the other one this time. Same dialogue here. Indeed, let's be honest. Why am I being disarmed? Put my weapons back, thank you. Oh, I guess I'm naked in the woods. Ah, Stephen, wake up. It's the mysterious voice. They're getting ready to kill you. You have only moments to get ready. Get up and prepare to fight. I am groggy. The trip down the river ended at this campsite. You and Aribeth set up here while the alligator brothers lay down nearby. You had rather hoped that your and Aribeth's activities after nightfall had not awakened the others. Oh, well apparently we are making up for lost time. But now it is starting to dawn on you that is not what this voice is referring to. What? I can't speak longer. You will have a fight to the death on your hands in just a few moments. I wished to warn you sooner, but had to wait until the skin dancers were no longer alert to my presence. Now get that woman you're with up, too. Wait, who are you? There's no time for that. I've tried to give you all the warning I could. You'll be glad of it if you win the fight. Farewell for now. Aribeth, enemies are coming. We best prepare. Yes, let us arm to face them. Alright, so let's get clothes on. Alright. Well, at least all my shit's right here. And apparently I bang with my boots on. I feel like that's a country song. Something like, oh, Tanya Tucker type. I bang with my boots on. Alright, so we are clad in clothes. And she is clad as well. Alright. So. Oh, I fucking called it. Look at those guys and their red aura of redness. Those are hostile guys. And assuming there's no factional error going on here, I think that they might be trying to kill us. Let's find out. Oh, you're a fucking wizard? Oh, fuck you. Ah, the demeanor of this dwarf is terrible to behold. There's murder in his eyes, and he seems to be barely maintaining his outward form. Outward form? That can't be good. What about you? Are you different? Same. Impossible. Alright, well that one's casting a fucking spell. Hello, welcome. Thank you for the follow. I hope you have fun. Anyway, I try not to call people out by names when they follow. Anonymous following here. Here we go. Lurking is AO. So is talking. Alright, well, shame about the alligator.
Right shall prevail! No! This cannot be! No! This cannot...
Skin dancer. My experience with skin... Oh. At last! I am to be free. I can scarce believe it. And it was all wrought by you, Stephen, you of all people. Who the hell is he? I see that you don't recognize me. I am Estella Havsham. At least I was. I was until these fiends robbed me of all I had. My enemy, or my family, my home, my identity, my life itself. Ah, they gave me backstory. Estella, I remember you. We grew up together. You wear pants, though. You do not belong to the sans pantaloon tradition. It would be hilarious if she weren't wearing pants, but I think she is. Well, she's wearing a dress, so she might not be wearing pants underneath. Right. Estella, I remember you. We grew up together. What happened? It was you who awakened me, warning of the attack, was it not? You saved us. But your father, what happened with him? Oh yeah, they mentioned him. It is said that he aided the Thieves Guild and attacked my father. They say, what? What? No, they can't. They can't. The spirit sobs. Of course they can. How would they know? How would they know the truth? But you will, Stephen, you will. I must tell you. Otherwise, I can see I will never be free. Then please tell me what happened. Apparently, I read somewhere that apparently if you did choose the origin of the Bell spawn, it sounds like Valis would have recognized you as like kin, which is interesting. I kind of regret that I didn't give Stephen that backstory, but I never thought to. I might replay it though with a half elf or half drow offspring of the Bell spawn though, just to see what happens. That was Aribeth's redemption too, but just so you know. If you're a fan of Baldur's Gate, I would recommend giving that a try. Anyway, then please tell me what happened. My father was aiding in the infiltration and investigation of the guild. I did not know that then. I understand now. Apparently the guild hired the 3 skin dancers that you met as boatmen. I think I only fought 2 of them. They were shape-shifting assassins for hire. They would murder their victims and then assume their identities, thereby enabling more intrigue and murder for profit. Oh, that's a shame. Those harmonies are probably done then. I'd never heard of them, of course. I was scarcely more than a girl, living up in my parents' home, studying at school, helping my mother with chores about the house. I saw you on occasion, though you never seemed to take much notice of me. And one night I woke to a pain in my head. My hair was being pulled strongly. I felt a sharp pain in my throat, followed by a dull ache. My life ebbed away through that splashed throat in seconds. I floated above, looking down on my poor body that I had so tended and worried and felt so awkward about. I so hoped you would notice it, and that it would someday attract you. But now, as always, I alone looked upon it and saw it for what it was, worried for it. Oh, poor thing. I saw that some misshapen thing held it by the hair that I've washed only earlier that evening, and dried and fussed with, and tried so hard to get right so often. Now it's a tangled bloody mess in the hands of some horrid nightmare beast. I heard a noise from the hall and looked to see my parents shining, looking into each other's eyes. They looked to me and smiled and beckoned, and turned back to gaze once again at one another. They didn't seem to notice what had just happened, that their bodies too were draining the last of their life's blood through slashed necks onto my mother's perfectly kept sheets. And then they were gone. I made to follow, but the noise below attracted me. The face, my face, that I'd stared at in the mirror and lamented over and hoped for so long, for so few years. I was young and in the prime of my life, so my father said so often, and now my face was being cut off of my merely severed head. The thing had sliced around my ears, my chin, my lips, that I'd never kissed, that had tasted so little of life. Now I was peeling it away. I started to avert my gaze. The sight was too horrible, and then, oh, how hideous! The thing bore my face. I saw myself sitting there, naked, those tiny lopsided breasts slicing the face off my old body. Ew. It was my voice singing my favorite childhood song, quite absent-mindedly it seemed, as the fingers worked to destroy what I'd spent my brief life worrying over. My anger started to boil within me. I saw it finish and began chopping up what remained. It rolled the pieces up in my old bedclothes, bloody and nauseous. I carried my hacked-up body out to the well behind the house, where it was tossed to join those of my parents. My face it brought into the kitchen, where the replica of my father had built a fire and placed a kettle on it. All 3 faces were boiled and disposed of. Oh, those were the faces we saw earlier. I knew it wasn't the Cyric guys. The blood was cleaned up, and the fiends, began to live as if they were us. So these 3 skin dancers, murdered for hire, had murdered the 3 of you and taken over your lives. Yes, they began meeting secretly with members of the Thieves Guild, giving them information that the one disguised as my father came by all too easily. Those disguised as my mother and me made as if nothing had changed. But it had for me. I was dead, a ghost. I decided to haunt them, to thwart them, if possible, to kill them. At first, though they were aware of me, they ignored me, as so many had done when I was younger. I tried to attack once or twice, and they nearly killed me. Odd, isn't it, that you can kill a ghost? You don't really, you just banish it from this plane. Yes, well, that wouldn't have done my plans much good. I gradually learned to hide completely, so they were utterly unaware of my presence. I suppose not utterly. There were times when I haunted them that they tried to trap me, but I avoided them. I helped those I could avoid death at the hands of the skin dancers. I warned your father and he escaped, although I doubt he was aware that I was the one who raised the alarm. He was able to fend them off long enough for the authorities to arrive. The skin dancers made their escape, having collected their fee, and left the guild leaders to their fate. They framed my father and left, apparently free. There was no evidence against them, and you followed them. They seemed to work the entire length of the Sword Coast. I followed, helping where I could, though I saw all too many share my fate. None of those murdered seemed too willing to join me. A few made feeble attempts, but left off all too soon. I was alone, without even my family, and that for the first time. It's an odd fate, is it not, that I should grow up only after I died? Oh. I wish I could have been there to help you. Thank you, Stephen. They eventually made their way to Waterdeep's South Docks. There they fell in with a strange hooded crowd that talked in odd raspes. I would like to have been able to hear and see more clearly, but directness of vision is one thing that I must sacrifice to remain out of sight and sense. The more securely hid I was, the less I was able to discern of what my quarry was about. I understand. At the new client's command, they tracked down and murdered the 3 dwarf boatmen, just downstream of Silverymoon. I could do nothing. They boiled the faces as was their wont, chopping up the bodies and cast them along the shores of the rivers. Oh, damn. So those were the bodies that Maura and I found along the river by Tarwater's farm, the dismembered corpses of the Alligator brothers. Yes, I suppose that was their name. I had lost track of the names of all the victims, though at one time I vowed to remember each and every one so as to honor them in some way. I was beginning to lose focus on my self-appointed mission, and perhaps to lose my own identity, as I suppose is the way with angry ghosts in the world. Oh. I followed them along the river as they brought the girl from the temple. I tried to warn her, but she seemed to look right past me, as pretty girls so often did when I was alive. And then I saw you. You tried to warn me, didn't you, when I first addressed the one I held to be Ajax Alligator? That I did, and they nearly killed me for it later. I had to hide doubly deep, and so could see nothing of what transpired until after the attack on the Sunite Temple. They split up sometime after you left. They had never done that before. I stayed with these 2. They hid the boat and stalked the Sunites, while the other one wandered off. I saw these 2 murder 2 Sunite priestesses and assumed their identities. They participated in some ritual in the temple. I felt the goddess for the first time. My father had talked of Helm when I was growing up, and had taken me to the temple on occasion, but I had never experienced the feeling of one of the gods before, and the power they served must be glorious. They worked their way back and forth now as priestesses, now as boatmen. I never saw the third of their company anymore, and know not his fate. Then they came up here with another priestess after the attack. I'd come more or less out of hiding, and I saw that I was being completely ignored. Something had changed, and they were no longer alert for me at all. They had spoken together more than once about killing you. You had done something that they hated personally. They were not doing this for hire. The camp here was clearly a trap, and they hoped to murder you in your sleep. I could not allow it, and I was able to warn you. For that, which I'm most glad. As am I. Thank you, Estella. I was in love with you, Stephen, when we were both younger, though I don't think you ever knew it. I used to hope that you would come back and find me, and I got to rescue you and say goodbye to you at the last. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I cannot ever be held by you, kissed by you, loved by you. I can leave now, though. My family is avenged, and justice is done at last. You will clear my father's name, won't you? Of course I will. I'm very sorry for what happened to you. You make me glad, Stephen, gladder than you know. And I will bear my love for you as a badge through the heavens. And I can feel there, as I feel now, with you, then there I shall be glad indeed. And my life will not feel so untimely spent, for I have known you, and I shall be forever at peace. Oh, farewell, Estella. Farewell. Oh, I'm sad. What a sad fate for one so young. Yet she showed great resolve, resourcefulness, and honor. It may well be that we are both alive because of how she felt. She's hardly alone in that regard. She scarcely seemed to have noticed me. Still, it's hard not to feel gratitude. It's hard not to feel awkward. Her eyes glistened. As well you should. I find myself thoughtful. Love for you has saved lives, and not just my own. How can I be jealous of such a one who found hope in the same manner and from the same source as I? It's more than I can say. You never noticed her. I was never aware of how she felt until just now. Love is an odd thing, my lord. I do not greatly sympathize with its worshippers, but I think I understand them. Or am at least beginning to. I must think. On another matter, have you any thoughts as to how we're going to leave this place? There's a boat over there now abandoned. Should we attempt to pilot it? I can think of no other option. I do not think I should return to sleep tonight. Perhaps we should try our luck with the boat and see if we can reach the Tsunite Temple. Very well. Let us be on our way. But first, let us search the area. Murderers of this sort are apt to have some store of treasure that their wicked deeds have gained them. Perhaps we should search near the tents. Well thought of. Let's search and then try the boat. Oh good. Well, let's loot the corpses at least. Oh, sailor's tunic. You can tell the CP stuff. The stuff from the community expansion pack, because they look a little different. Like this. This is definitely the CP material. Keep it. I wonder what it looks like. I want to try it out. Unholy battle axe. Unholy blood feeding battle axe +5. Well, that's a +2. +5. Well, I know what I want to do with that. I want to sell that shit. Hold on a sec. Let me put that in, because those things are fucking heavy. Let's put that in a bag of holding. Oh, silly me. Let's take those emeralds and put them in the bag of gems. Oh, I think it's in here. I might be wrong about that. That's okay. Alright, we got one. And 2. Forgot which bag I keep my healing kits in. Let's find out. That's the problem with organizing shit. I never remember where the fuck I put it. Oh, it's that one. That fucking dog. Nope. Oh, well. Guess I'm out of room for that. That's okay. Alright. So, here's another skin dancer. Let's steal his shit. I'll play dress up for it briefly. I'm curious as to what the seller's tunic actually looks like. There we are. What work is it? Oh, geez. That's, moderately hideous, isn't it? In a quite amusing way. Honestly, I think removing the pants could only save it. Let's see. Alright. Yep, I was right. Looks better without the pants. Okay. There we go. Little bit of tailoring and not bad at all. Alright. I'm gonna promptly forget which one's which and sell them both anyway. But still, it's the principle of the thing. Alright, so we are gonna be looking for... Oh, should we search? Oh, there's a drow chest. Carefully hidden. Very nice. That's quite clever. Oh, look at these. Look at these things. All shit, I don't know what they do. Well, Assassin's Log, we're gonna definitely keep that. Any of these? Nope, I'm gonna have to do some identifying later. Mysterious to the item. I bet some of these are quite nice. Steal. Hey now, where'd that go? There it is. There we are. And oh, another bit of assassin's garb. Put that there. Dashing for dress up. Let's read the log. This book contains largely of a series of neatly written columns listing payments for services apparently rendered to various seedy clients. Names are carefully recorded along with dates, payment types, and intended victims. Marks next to the latter indicate whether the victim was in fact killed and whether the shape of the victim was taken. Among the names that catch your eye is that of Ornold Havsham, along with his wife and daughter. The information surrounding these sets of names may be of interest to the authorities. Well, I can definitely see about getting that to Alan Undry, huh? Am I overloaded? Okay. Yep, Captain Undry, looks like. Record book. Oh, should be given to the Higher-S, too. Alright, well, I can do that. Now. Ah. Why am I moving slow then?
Oh, someone give me a hand. This is too much to carry.
Okay. Weird. Was I hit with slow? Oh, yep. Looks like it. It's on gone now. Alright, well, we'll rest. Resting's good. Doesn't look like there's any other chests around here. Oh, that's why. I'm an idiot. I was slow because I was detect moding. Of course, of course. Well, that's okay. Resting is never a bad thing. Alright. Especially now that she's a healer or cleric, it may well have used spells. Not that I know, because I wasn't really paying attention, but, you know. It's the principle of the thing. Alright. Probably I shouldn't have rested anyway, but that's okay. Wheel. Alright, I can go to Silvery Moon, the river campsite, or the Temple of Soon. I will go to the Temple of Soon. Looks like I have a fast travel method.
But before we go any further...
Yes, lady. So here we are, my beloved, at the Temple of the Goddess of Love. I can sense her influence here. It is at normal times a place of great peace, and yet great violence has been done to her. We have a duty to amend it if we can. I suppose that lady yonder is the Heart Ward. That she is, my love. Let us speak with her. Alright. There's Corin Thunderhand, who is apparently new. This is quite pretty, I have to say. Oh, let me save. We'll save. There we go. Slightly different meaning of the words, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. Alright, so let's talk to Tyria Nace Waiters and Corin Thunderhand.
Why, hello there.
Sir
Pleased to meet you.
So, Stephen, you have arrived none too soon. She's barricaded herself inside, and something else with her. Or perhaps many things. I haven't the strength to attack, and the Order has yet to send sufficient reinforcements. You must save her, Sir Stephen, you must. Save her? Are you referring to Mora? Yes, of course. I'm sorry, Stephen. She's my daughter, and I must help her. I do not know what has taken possession of her. She slew 2 of our company ere entering the temple. I have heard her voice, howling curses, and so know that she lives, but I cannot. Mora is your daughter? Yes, Sir Stephen. There's no time to discuss this now, however. Please, you must help us rescue her if possible. I do not know if it will be possible to avoid... Well, I can help you with little by way of force of arms, but here is a rod of resurrection, in the event it becomes necessary to... We will do what we can. I can always use another rod of resurrection. Pray don't fret over much, Heartward. I am here and have sent for help. I will see that beautiful Mara is kept from harm, and will deliver her to you. Aye, by the look of these 2, I'd say that we can start the rescue right now. And who, pray tell, are you? Forgive me, mine is a heart for action, and I find words not easily come by. My name is Corin Thunderhand, and I am with the Order of Radiant Heart. I was in the vicinity and came in response to the commotion stirred up by the fiends that attacked the temple. Heartward Tyria and I, along with the priests, have spent most of the night escorting the Soonites away from here until it is secure. I am Sir Stephen Linus, late of Neverwinter, though I have been staying near Silvery Moon of late. And this is the famous Lady Aribeth. We have been recently wed. My lady, it is a pleasure and an honor, and I am ever at your service. I see by your look that you are still surprised to meet admirers. We of the Order had heard much of you from Sir Toland, whom I imagine you recall from the investigation, and know the true nature of your bewitchment. I, for one, will not hold that against you. Alright, continue. Nor will I. I've long I digress. Having removed my flock from potential harm, Corinne and I have examined the area and are amazed at how little damage was done. Of course, we had to tend the fallen. My daughter cannot be responsible for her actions. She simply cannot. There's some bewitchment, some devilment at work, I'm certain. You've been assessing how to storm the temple. We've sent for reinforcements for the order, but it is a day's journey each way. Heartward is clearly beside herself. It is up to the three of us to rescue her daughter. If you two would be so good to join me, I know that the Heartward here would as lief have us find a secret tunnel or assume some disguise, but I'm a dwarven defender. You are not made for such skullduggery. Would I prefer a frontal attack, or would I prefer to use stealth? I usually take back doors in, so I admit I would prefer to use stealth. Impossible, I'm afraid. The other doors were rendered unusable during the initial fight. Well, at least he considered it. The enemies made to block any escape through them, although windows and smaller openings were left unaffected. It was likely done to prevent any from leaving with temple property, as I suspect this was essentially a robbery, or so say I. So I have no choice but to go in by the front door in any case. Well, then let's do so, and defeat whatever proposed to guard it. Okay. I like that the guy has apparently considered going the back route. Oh. Please, restore the temple and rescue my Mora if you can. We will return. Okay. May soon bless your efforts. Alright, I guess we're going in. So I tried to walk away and she stopped me. Alright, let's go in. Do-do-do. One sec. One sec. I might just be checking something real quick. Okay. Oh, I like the music. Isn't that pretty? That is pretty. Alright, so we've got two openings up here. Hopefully in the middle area here. Do you want to go left or right? Let's go left. And tell me of yourself. Can I help you? Okay.
Hello, and welcome to
tell. Is the music too louder than me, or am I louder than the music? Let me know. Well, he seems to have a fair bit of weaponry. Couple hammers. Frost giant strength. Looks like he did a cloud giant. Not as good. But I wasn't planning on stealing his stuff anyway. Radiant defender. Let's see. Ah. Plus 8 armor bonus. That's nice. Alright. Let's take a look at him. Okay, so if I use the radio menu, I can see his inventory. It looks like I can't do it through conversation, but that's alright. Goodness, look at that. 25, 9, 25, 10, 10, 10. That is a very specialized fellow. Alright, well, let's get to work. Alright. There are Atlantis golems. That's interesting.
I'll kill you!
replay and make you something else. Ugh, don't want to replay the whole module though. Well, I'm just reading. I might be reading too much into it. Just a glitch for the moment, maybe.
Yes? What is it?
I can guess it, yes. Thank you.
Yes? What is it?
Let's change tactics. Use your ranged weapons. Combat spells.
Is there something else I can help you with?
I'll kill you! You'll see!
Neverwinter!
Spectacular spells. I can sell them all. Why do these golems have such nice spells? And for that matter, why do they have armor? Okay. Shove them in a bag. Alright. I think this is going to be a slow progression. But at least she didn't leave my group this time. Okay. Alright. Quick save. Alright. Come along, Kithinkin. Let's see what's over here. Alright. I don't see anything of terrible interest in this neck of the woods. Suppose I shouldn't loot the temple while it's under siege, except that's the best time to loot shit. Possibly I should do something buff-worthy, huh? I'm not used to this. Not used to having to worry about that. I have to admit, the fights in this one are not as easy as prior. Alright, what a fucking... There I am. Come on. Come on, friends. At the very least, let's pass the spell.
All fun and games!
Okay, for now. Alright. Still alive, but I'm gonna talk to you about your tactics.
Yes? What is it?
Alright. Yeah, I guess we're okay. I guess I'll tell you to trust your instincts there, but stay fucking...
Is there something else I can help you?
Alright. Alright. I may regret that, but there we go. Alright. Still, the loot situation is not terrible. And if I'm patient, I should be able to make my way through here not too badly. Those Atlantis golems, though, do hit. Ouch. And to be honest with you, I've never been a huge fan of party tactics, which is one of the reasons I like Neverwinter Nights 1 over 2. That's alright. That's alright, I'll get used to it. Okay, so that goes full round. That makes me happy. Alright. Is there anything else to kill over here? Doesn't appear to be. Interesting. Oh, nope, here's a few. Alright.
All fun and games!
Driving fine. For 40 hit points, maybe not. Famous last words, right? When I die, feel free to mock me for saying that. To the temple and kiss somebody's ass. Oh shoot! Injection of Mora. Stephen, how did you... Oh, that's her, I suppose. Dally with me, foul my sheets, caress my body, and then go running back to her shirt. Oh goodness. Something's happening tonight. Run back to the Lady Aribeth. How is it to know you are united to a toying, philandering coward? What? Not even recognize your former lover? You palm your way into my heart in my bed, and now stare at me. would read if I actually did bang her. I am well defended. While I would not be disappointed to have my mistress's servants kill one who had done me such disservice, I would not in any case. My cowardly former co-religionists abandoned the sanctuary with sufficient swiftness, and have been so tardy in saying that I can prepare to reconsecrate in safety. You already perceive the energetic fury of my mistress, full of the evident elements. Don't seem to be doing much to me. And Broomy has bidden them attack any who threaten her dominion. I would bid you join me in her service, but you would not come, and I would spurn you in any case. You've stolen the mirror of Soon, I suppose. It was needed by my mistress. The weaklings of Soon were not worthy of it. My brethren infiltrated their ceremonies, subverted their protections, and made it easy for our assault to result in the mirror's transport to my mistress. Moira. I keep calling her Moira. That's not Moira. How did you come to this? Oh, Corinne's actually taking some damage. I loved you, Stephen, and you betrayed me. You went back to her. How could I believe in beauty after that? I wish to destroy all I once believed in. Surely your precious Aribeth must be dead. So must you. Go back. Leave me to face my fate. Perhaps, left to my own, I will change. Go back. Yeah, but that's not what happened. I mean, don't get me wrong. I did on one of my saved games, what would happen if I did say yes, but I did not do so, as is everything. Kuatoa Shaman here.
I'll kill you! You'll see! In defense of right and justice! All fun and games! For good! You will find no perch in defense of right and justice! You will find no purchase here! You will find no purchase here! You will find no purchase! You will find no purchase here! In defense of right and justice! You will find no purchase here! You'll see! I'll kill you! You'll... You will find no purchase here! For justice!
Ruby. Ooh. Okay. Knock that off, you little fuckers. Alright. It would help if I opened the door. Downside with this top angle view. Sometimes I forget to open doors. Alright, let's murder these guys. Again, always fun. I wasn't terribly happy with my line rating before anyway, so. Time I rest, quick save. If I quick save every time I rest, probably would be. I got too arrogant. That's her, I suppose. That woman. You dally with me, follow my sheep, caress my body, and then go running back to the How is it, Lady Aribeth? How is it to know that you are united to a cloying, toying, philandering coward? Oh, is that you? Do not even recognize her former lover? Claw your way into my heart and my bed, and stare at me. Wow. That's not something I like to hear yet, but then of course you were engaged to her when you romanced me. I didn't even tell you that. Nothing of that. Besides, the shade of the sweet abandoned the sanctuary with sufficient swiftness, and have been so tardy in sending you that I can prepare to reconsecrate in safety. You already perceive the energetic fury of my mistress. She has control of the elements, and through me has bidden them attack any who threaten her newly conquered dominions. I would bid you join me in her service, but you would not come, and I would spurn you in any case. You've stolen the mirror soon, I suppose. It was needed by my sin were not worthy of it. My brethren infiltrated their ceremonies, subverted their protections, and made it easy for our assault to result in the most. Mora, how did you come to this? I loved you, and you betrayed me. You went back to her. How could I believe in beauty after that? Destroy all I once believed in. Surely your precious Aribeth must understand. So must you. Go back. Leave me to my fate. Perhaps left by my change. Go back. Alright. Well, some things are not adding up. I mean, she did hit on me before we went, but it was more than...
For I'll kill you! You'll see! For justice! For in defense of... For justice! The battle is on! In defense of right and justice! You will find no for justice! For for just...
About that ring. A ring of uselessness. While I appreciate it in theory, I kind of want to wear something that's actually useful. His evasion might be good. I don't know if I need the charisma boost. I do like the regeneration. Okay, so freedom of movement is 1. And those two, I think I'm going to have a bit more of a, well, a bit less of a terrible time. Okay. let's loot the playing field and then go into the side rooms and murder again. Still. Alright. Now, it is officially a day after my birthday. Nice. I guess this is technically my birthday stream, but I'm not playing anything. I'm playing for a different duration. Alright.
You will for justice!
Oh. Okay. Okay. Oops, that wasn't where I wanted to go. Oh, that was interesting. It healed on the second floor. Yep, gotta loot it again.
I'll kill you! You'll see! For justice! For justice!
well for a future relationship, does it? Okay, let's see. Looting remains. Looting remains. Okay, let's go murder these guys now.
The battle is on!
Up there above the side.
All fun and games! Let's try this again. Sorry about this. I will get it eventually. Alright. I gotta remember to save when I rest on the one side, and then we won't have quite as much of an issue. Sorry. I will get the hang of this, I swear. Would that I could leave the girlfriend in the fucking hallway though. I mean, I can't barely stand the ground, but I can't do it. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe. In defense of right and justice!
Basically, in this game, in my experience,
And then
You will find no purchase here!
so, but I was having this problem the other day, and then I switched slots that it was plugged, my headset was plugged into, and it turned out to work the other way. Sec. All right. Gosh. Okay. Great, great. All right, let me see. Goodness. Okay. Well, that's a whole 2 hours that I was probably barely audible. Sorry about that. Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah, it does. It does. Well, that's okay. I meant to actually check my volume and I kept forgetting to. So, it's my own fault. Oh, damn it, it's doing it again. Alright, well, if things are going the way it was before, my regular volume is probably not that audible right now. Okay. Come on. I suppose the issue I'm having is now whenever I move my headset over, the game starts playing through my desktop speakers again. It's really fucking annoying. Alright, I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna possibly reboot it and see if that helps. Yep, right now it's playing through my desktop. Can you hear the music okay? Because, I mean, if you can, I'll leave it, but it's really annoying. Alright, let's try this. Alright. Yeah, for some reason... Well, to be fair, I bought my headset for like 12 bucks on Amazon, so it wouldn't surprise me if it decided it didn't want to work anymore. Okay, this sounds like it's coming through my thing again. Can you hear it okay now? Okay, weird. I just gotta remember when it does that to reboot it, I guess. Or restart the game. Alright, well that's annoying. But you can hear me okay now? Well, there is a way to test that audio, I just forgot to do it. Hello, Effector, how are you? Okay. Alright. Okay, good. Actually, hold on. I need to adjust my desktop volume now. There we go. Because I can't hear myself think. There we go. Just kill them. Fuck it. Forget it. These things are easily killable enough that I just need to fucking kill that guy. Come on. Woo. Summons. There we go. Now I'll kill that guy. These things aren't bad on their own, they just fucking swarm. Okay, cool. I'll have to try to remember to check my volume tomorrow. If I play tomorrow. Not sure yet. Might. For fuck's sake, just kill things. Where am I? There I am. There we go. Oh, Aribeth's almost dead. Can I keep her alive? Let's find out. There we are. Let's kill that asshole. Okay. I think that's all of them. Alright. I will wait a moment, rest, save, and survive the fight. Woohoo! And theoretically have workable sound. Goodness. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta make a note on my next video. Or on my video summary. Alright. Come on. Let's get over here. Come on. Stop getting fucking stuck on the... I like the look of these rooms, but this fucking dais here is really fucking hard to move past. It's annoying the shit out of me. Alright. There we go. Can rest now. So how are you, Effector? And Plunge? Oh, let me see about giving shout-outs, because I'm very bad at remembering to do that. My first shout-out will be to Plunge, who is recently playing Undertale. And has been having lots of fun with it. I would like to play it sometime, but I feel like the fight battle system would be impossible for me. And I will also like to shout out, and will when it lets me, Effector of Change, who is a wonderfully cozy streamer. Yes. Oh, there we go. Let's steal those things. And plays things like Spiritfarer and the Final Fantasy series in order. I believe he's on Final Fantasy IV, unless you beat it when I wasn't looking, which is always possible. And he's the reason I started playing Littlewood. I blame him. Alright. And I finally lived through that battle. So, let's see what happens if we go in here. Now, at some point, the lady who accused me of cheating on my wife is deconsecrating a temple. I think this might be where I need to be. Alright. Kelp? Kelp. Interesting. Oh, this kelp plant is obviously out of place here in the Temple of Stone. It undulates as if it were underwater, and there's a glow surrounding it, tying it to the fence behind it. Let's examine it. Icicles dangle from this kelp stems. Frost flutters towards the ground from its frigid leaves. It creaks icily and exudes an aura of cold. You sense that no ordinary weapon will affect it. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. There we go. Well, I have a cold axe, so might as well try to use it. Oh, how clever. Alright. Same description. Electric axe. Oh, those axes I found actually have a purpose. How clever. Uh-oh. Sonic damage. I don't have a sonic axe? Oh, shit. Okay. Alright. Perhaps I left it out there, or... One sec. Nope, those aren't right. I must have missed them. Alright, well, I've got a feeling that where I got those first two is probably where I'm going to find the others. I love that shark emote almost as much as I love my squid emote that Plunge gave me. Not quite as much, though. Oh, here we go. Nope, that's just gold coins. Alright. Now, I guess I'm going to have to look around here and see if I can find some axes on the ground. Because oh, there's a bundle I forgot. No, that's a potion of lesser restoration. Good, but not what I'm looking for. Uh-oh. There is something I possibly didn't kill somewhere in here. Oops. There. Come on. I mean, something sonic. Do I have a weapon that has sonic? Would that be enough? Probably not. I probably need one of those fancy axes. But maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. Alright, well, let's go downstairs and see if I left something on the floor when I fought those fucking golems. Not seeing anything. But certainly I've missed shit before. Huh. I'm not seeing anything though. That's bothersome. Oh, maybe they are up in that throne room area. Okay. Or maybe a different sonic weapon? I think I've still got my astral blade, unless I sold it. Hope I didn't sell it. Okay, let's try this again. Not seeing anything here. One second. Nope, it doesn't say. Alright. So I'm clearly... Okay. So clearly it's got to be easy, because I haven't seen anyone complain about it. So if no one's complained about it, that means I'm missing something obvious. That's how it works. I'm not seeing anything I failed to loot, though, so... Well, let's go back to the throne and see if perhaps I'm just being stupid. Alright. Oh, there are some doors. Maybe these doors will lead somewhere. Oh, they do. Okay, well, the answer is clearly I was being stupid. Alright. Oh shit. Hopefully I'm not going to regret this. I am, however, alone. That's a little awkward. Oh well. So far I'm not doing too bad. Maybe I should leave my idiot henchman outside more often. I shouldn't call my wife an idiot henchman, should I? I feel like that might be a sign that our relationship is in a bit of turmoil. Okay, so if pattern holds, I'm gonna find something in here that has the axe I need. Clearly, I was just overthinking. I was so used to the temples, or in other places where you can never go in the side doors, but I didn't even think to try the side doors. That's so silly. Alright. And vaguely embarrassing, too. Alright, so let's loot this fucker. Up, and there's an axe. Nice. Okay. So clearly... Oh, there you are. Hi, guys. Finally. Let's rest. My henchmen keep wandering off on me. Alright. Okay. All right. Hey, stop that. All right. I do like the cherry blossom trees. I think they're pretty. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna hazard a guess that the last axe I need is in here.
All fun and
Oh,
games.
fuck that thing. Okay.
You will find no purchase here. For justice.
Alright, yeah, let's work together and kill these things one at a time, huh? Before they kill us all. Alright. Why is there back to the fucking monster, Aribeth? Alright, here we go. Whew. Nice. Alright, let's hit that thing. Oh, a whip! I got a hellish whip. Let's take a look at that. Bonus feat, disarm, whip. Enhancement bonus +2. On hit, flaming weapon properties level 10. Oh, that's interesting. And a Sonic X. Okay. Alright. Let's heal Curran, whatever the fuck his name is. And let's go figure out what's wrong with my friend who is now acting really out of character. It is nice to be adventuring as a married couple, I think. Alright, let's see. Examine the plant. Sonic X. Woohoo! Examine this plant. Poison X. Oh, that was an interesting script. Error divide by 0. Well, seems to have worked anyway. Alright. Ah, well. Now they're trying to kill us. Okay, well.
In defense.
Okay.
All fun and games.
Alright. Let's go take down Mara. My friend, why are you acting like this? It can't just be because I turned you down. I'm not that good in bed. There we go.
I'll kill you. You'll see.
Yeah, this fight was actually kind of anticlimactic, I think. Oh, a skin dancer. Okay. Alright, I see. My friend did not turn evil. My friend Oh god. I hope they didn't cut off her face. Oh, look at all this shit. Okay, wow. There's a lot of shit here. Rapier of Divine Wrath. Mercy Killer Blade. Let me see those. Alright, I'm gonna need to shove these in a bag. Damage bonus versus evil. Now that's nice. Emerald? Armor of Impossible Cleavage. Oh my god, that actually exists. Only usable by good monk. Restricted to female. Unfucking fair. Only good monk paladin. Oh, that's a shame. Can't give it to the wife either. Cloaks of Soon's protection. Well, gotta admit, she's got some nice toys. Alright, so let's get the marching orders and read them. This note is written in a bold feminine hand on a piece of some sort of skin using an unknown crimson substance. It details the targets and timings for the killing of the Alligator brothers and 2 priestesses of Soon. It provides a list of names, including Mora's, and requires that one of them be taken without the usual exigencies. So probably they didn't take Mora's face, I hope. Because that would be awkward and kind of horrible. Alright, is there anything I can do anything with here? I don't want her to be without a face. I think that sucks. Okay. Alright, I guess I can go back downstairs, huh? We lived! Joy. Ow, my leg. Huh. I hope no one thought I was ignoring them earlier if they couldn't hear me. Huh. Sorry. Alright. Here we go. Ouch. Veil of Soon. Okay. Let's talk to her.
Why, hello there. Pleased to meet you.
I sense that the temple has grown quiet. I do not see Mora with you, but sense that she is alive. The goddess in my heart would have sent word if she were not, yet she feels far away, just as she has since the crisis started. You were not able to convince her to change. She was never there, Heartward. Not there? What do you mean? What killed your people and defiled your temple was the last of 3 skin dancers, shape-shifting murderers for hire that kill their victims and steal their identities. So that which represented itself as my daughter was actually a shapeshifter, disguised in a likeness? They murdered the Alligator brothers, and began masquerading as them some time before I came here with the Mirror of Soon. After I left, they slew 2 of your priestesses, and in their likeness made the mirror vulnerable. The primary purpose of the attack was to steal the Mirror of Soon. Oh my, the Alligator brothers, are you sure? I see the look that you are. And Love Guards, Kitsme Nisas, and Honquers, what terrible names, who assisted me in the rite of warding. They were different, distant, and diffident after the rite. Their absences thereafter were uncharacteristically frequent and extended. I can believe that they had likewise been. Oh, this is horrible. And all for the mirror. I'm sorry to bear such bad news. And I see by your look that you think the same fate has befallen my Mora. I suppose that I can't convince you otherwise, though I would sense, however, she were dead. I'm not so sure she is not. You show her the note found on the body of the skin dancer. A list of Soonites to kidnap. Let's see. Yamona Pumperd, Gava Goldheld, Jaizima Swallow. These are all very young, are sworn to celebrate. I see. The note says that the victim is for a godling ceremony. This is a rite of passage. This is a rite for temporarily invoking the presence of a lesser god. it is said to require a virgin. I understand now. Oh, I wonder how that would have changed if I had had the affair with Mora. I thought Mora said that she was not a virgin. And just how, pray, did that come up? One often finds oneself in odd conversations when talking with a Sunite. Too true. I suspect that you misunderstood Mora. She had been alone with a number of men, but after looking into their hearts, had determined not to lie with any of them. Did she ask you to, whatever transpired between us shall remain unsaid by me. Suffice that whatever power bade her be taken will find her usefulness for its purposes unsullied. Oh, wow. So actually, if I had the extra affianced affair, that might have saved Mora. Oh, that's funny. Oh, well. I'm not convinced that the skin dancer did not kill Mora as seems its wont, but rather kidnapped, or I am convinced that the skin dancer did not kill Mora as seems its wont, but rather kidnapped her for this power's use. Given the nature of the attack, this would seem the work of some underwater power. There may be some devilish influence as well. Aye, we faced some Batazu along the way. Ms. Mora, or her doppelganger, whatever it was, mentioned a mistress that she served. I cannot help but suspect that the Hells are involved. A most distressing thought that for Mora is, well, we must save her, and restore the mirror soon. Perhaps, Heartward, you could explain your relationship with her a little more. As you would no doubt be unsurprised to learn, I have not always been a servant of Lady Firehair. I am a descendant of slaves, my family held in bondage far to the south. My grandfather was able to buy his freedom, yet my family was not endowed with much wealth. I found that, as a comely lass, I could make a great deal of money dancing in the taverns and bawdy houses of the place. I grew attracted to some of the seedier clientele, to one in particular, Firebreak, he liked to call himself. We dwelt together, not exactly in a state of bliss, but I was in love, and he was lovely, in his own cruel way. We were lovers, well, of a sort. We lived together, or at least I served him and met his, needs. I never suspected the actual depth of his feelings for me. He sent me to spy on a rival, actually, of course, to seduce the man and ferret out information. I was quite successful for a time, and my lover gained no little advantage over his rival. Of course, when I became pregnant by this other man, Debarve by name, as if you haven't guessed, matters changed. Firebreak hated what I had done, and tried to beat me into losing the baby. I fled, and eventually came into the service of Soon. I never saw any from my old life again. Why Mora should be so dear to me, you should readily be able to understand. She is the one good that came of me in my past life, and seems to have redeemed its tawdry and pitiable character. I have always pitied your sex, for no man could ever say what I have the same way, nor mean the same thing. I see, Lady Aribeth, that you have found redemption, at least in part through the joys of marital love. It is similar in many ways, richer thing to find it through the joys of offspring. I hope that you and Sir Stephen will one day have many. I'm kind of rolling my eyes at this whole thing, but we'll leave it alone. Mora grew up without a father, or perhaps with several. There were the Sunite priests, of course, but even more so the Knights of the Order. She was frequently there and began her paladinhood due to their influence. She is precious to me, and to this community, and I think to the Knights of the Order. Indeed, I think the Hall of the Order should be your next step. They may know where to begin the search. Very well, we will seek them out, and we will rescue daughter, if we possibly can. Thank you, Sir Stephen. Okay. So let's see. I don't know when I'm going to have a chance to buy shit.
There. Pleased to meet you.
Well, you're kind of useless, aren't you? The one priestess I can't fucking sell shit to. Alright. Actually, come to think about it, I am very stupid. I forgot something important. I have a stone of fucking teleportation. Let's go. Alright. Let's go downstairs and find myself a shopkeeper. That's not the right door. This is the right door. And let's not walk into a fucking bookshelf, Stephen. My character is also an idiot. God, our children are fucked. Uh-oh. And it fucking died on me. Alright. Well, I knew that was gonna happen eventually. As long as you save, the crashes aren't that common and aren't that irritating, but still, when you're in the zone, you don't want to have to restart, do you? All right. Okay, let's see. Come on, you annoying fucker. There we go, finally. There we go. All right. Oh, I don't want to play the multiplayer, thank you. Alright, here we are. Right. Woo! Here we go again. Alright. Now I need to find, what's his name? The priest. The priest with the terrible, terrible name. Where'd he go? Oh, there you are. See, that's a terrible name. How do you even spell that? Okay, I would like to make a purchase. Alright, so now, let's sell shit that I don't need. And identify shit to see if I need it. Ring of Clear Thought 7. Holy crap. Okay, well, I'm going to get rid of the Ring of Clear Thought 3 that I have. Because if I need an intelligence boost, I know where I'm getting it. Alright. Sell that. Alright. I don't need Greater Planal Binding. Big Beast Clenched Fist. Elemental Swarm. Create Greater Undead. Or Isaac's Greater Missile Storm. So that is a nice spell. Alright. Not selling that. Draw full plate for +3. That is nice. Let's sell that. I'll sell the Sailor's Tunic I didn't malign. Lesser Robe of Eyes. The Lesser Robe of Eyes, like its more powerful counterpart, provides the wearer with improved vision and the ability to detect many things that are hidden. Oh, I have one of these before. I can probably sell the outfits. As much as I love playing dress up. Alright. Ostreth Harp. A wise and powerful bard in the Moonshaes named Felatier created the first of these instruments, using them to test and reward the students of his bardic college. Others have since copied the designs, keeping the name Felatier gave them to honor him. The Ostruth. Well, that is a nice thing. Can't use it, but it is a nice thing. Let's see what this one is. Elixir of Horus Ra. Well, if I ever need the Sunbeam spell, I guess, why not? You never know. Identify. Dwarven Mirth. Among the Dwarven people, the father of all bards was the master talesmith Cimmerian Steelhammer. Well versed in his people's history and lore, he traveled extensively, spreading tales of their culture and achievements. Nearing the end of his long life, he returned at last, one last time, to his home in the Great Rift. From every lintel held a version of this shield, commissioned by his clansmen to commemorate his homecoming. Oh, how nice. Alright. Rapier of Divine Wrath. Is that one Mora's? I might keep that. Because I don't know if I'm going to be giving her her stuff back. Gauntlets of Fury. Ring of Animal Friendship. Don't think we need that. Ring of Freedom of Movement. That's okay. Ring of Disease Immunity. Well, as a paladin, she won't need that. Assassin's Garb. Alright, that we'll keep for her if we need to arm her up again. Mercy Killer Blade is her other one, I think. Yep, okay. I'm going to set this here. I do think these will belong to her, and I'm going to want to put them somewhere for safekeeping. Alright. I keep that there. She might be interested in that sort of thing. Okay. Probably should have put her stuff somewhere else, but that's alright. Boots. The Armor of Impossible Cleavage. Gifted by Soon to her most favored paladins. I still think that they should let men wear that too. I do think that. Men can have cleavage. Alright, let's see. I'll put that in here too. Alright, I think that covers the stuff she would wear. That's mine. This is Lorelei's Vengeance. Angered by unfounded rumors of a self-inflicted demise, a famous siren marshaled her seductive powers to convince the legendary elven smith Alberic to capture her voice in the metal of this trident. The Singing Skewer, as it is also known, was paid as tribute to the dread pirate Roberts, who is believed to have lost it overboard during a drunken binge. Oh, that's actually quite nice. We're going to sell it. We're going to sell the Hellish Whip and the Large Shield. Laeril's Spell Shield. Named for Laeral Silverhand Aronson, who created the first shield of this type. This large steel shield also imbues the wearer with resistance against spells. Oh, Kelbin's wife, as I recall. If I remember my vague recollection of Forgotten Realms lore. Alright, alright. Let's see. Alright, I think I've freed up enough to go back out into the field. Yeah, possibly we should rest while we're here. So my friend has had her identity stolen by a shapeshifter. It sounds like she's going to be some kind of virgin sacrifice, which, given her invitation to me, seems very unlikely, but there you go. I do wonder what would have happened if I had slept with her. I feel like my wife would be a bit less than happy with that, though. A shame. Though I have to admit, it seems like this module has some really interesting storyline shifts, depending on what you do. I mentioned the Baldur's Gate thing last time, that Aribeth's Redemption 2 has a lot of Baldur's Gate references, and I was looking at the README, and it seems like it actually is different. If you did claim to be the son of the Bellspawn, and then you met Valis, Valis might have actually had more significance to you, being as he may well have been your uncle. So that's quite interesting to me. So I'm wondering if I had slept with her, how different this part would be. But Stephen is a faithful man, so he wouldn't do that. But I am kind of tempted to make a different character and see. Maybe someone a bit more of a dick. Alright. Hall of the Most Noble Order of the Radiant Heart. That's a new place I can go. Let's go. Outpost of the Order. Oh, interesting. Let's see what it looks like. Okay. Let's see where a bunch of cranky paladins hang out. Let's walk around the building. See if there's anything to spot on the outside. Oh, and my battery is running low, which doesn't make sense because it is plugged in, but there we go. Apparently the cord has decided that it only sometimes recognizes that it's plugged in, which is not ideal. Oh,
welcome to.
I should like to know more about you, Curran. Oh, cool. Dialogue. And what would you like to know? How did you come to join the Order? It is a long story. Would you care to hear it now? Most certainly. I grew up in the southern tip of the Grey Peak Mountains as they look out upon the marsh of Chilimber. My grandfather had been one of the high clan chieftains of the Bloodhands of the high Grey Peaks to the north, overlooking the Shining River. When he was denied an honor he thought rightfully his, he removed himself with about 200 of his extended family. I was not born until some time later after the removal. I heard the story as he told it many a time, and ever thought his claims valid, but his reaction to the injustice overwrought and stubborn. My father was his second youngest son, and I my father's eldest. Our clan had taken the name Thunderhand, and we were great miners. The mountain to which my grandfather had moved our people was the highest in the area. It was well defended, or so we thought. To the south and east by the Chelimbor, and to the north by a deep valley that separated it from the surrounding hills. By the time of my siring, fortifications had been built to the west to prevent attack from the mountains in that direction. The mountain yielded a rich harvest of gems of all grades. My grandfather even had a genius for finding such treasures, and that, of course, lay at the root of his quarrel with the larger clan. Many gems were harvested over the years. Our people dwelt there, but few sold. And why should that be? We had not among us at our arrival the arcane skills to imbue such gems with the magics that might make them greatly valuable. A ruby or garnet is a worthy thing, is it not? Yet if it imbues its bearer with magical protection, prowess, or ability, is its worth not near infinitely increased? We should have grown very rich indeed had we brought such artisans as could instill powers into the finer specimens we dug from that mountain, but my grandfather pridefully refused to tell the larger clan whence he'd gone, or nor would he seek any aid. He and the leaders of our folk elected to develop the skills from within on our own. And so they did. Yet such things take time and learning and effort and many trials. Lesser gems came to be sold, and prosperity seemed sure to come our way. Likely it would. But it did not. That's a story for another time. Let us be about our business. Oh, well. I'd like to know more about you. I'd like you to continue your story from before. Oh, cool. It's like the old ways. All right. As I told you, my grandfather moved with a large part of my extended family from the larger part of our clan in the northern Grey Peak Mountains to the range's southern tip. There they found many gems, and there I was sired a scant century and a half ago. Our people sold few of the gems unearthed, and there, as we only gradually developed the skill needed to imbue them with magics. And the stockpile of gems, did that bring about your people's downfall? Aye, but we had not failed to give attention to our defenses. My father had been captain of the Eastern Guard for some time, and in time I came to hold the same position to the west. As to the mountains joined more directly with our lands, we had given more thought to the bulwarks that way, and of course, dwarves fear attack by dragons, who would covet our wealth. One came to infiltrate our ranks once. An elder dragon can, should he choose, nearly blend into any crowd. We had outsiders among us, building a town in the vale below our mountain, nigh unto the Chelimber Marsh. And sure enough, this elf, with a greenish tint to his hide, begged leave to set up shop in their midst. My father might have given him leave, but such requests had to come through me, and I gave him an audience. That was his downfall. A dragon in mortal form must remember to blink his eyes on occasion, for it is not an action natural to them. This specimen seemed to have neglected his studies. He was, it seems, a relatively young and inexperienced green. I ensured that he did not become an old one. The incident seemed to confirm our suspicions with regard to the threats we faced. They would be from the denizens of the mountains in the west, and we had little to fear from the marshes to the east. We dwarves are creatures of stone and mountain, hard earth and deep rocky caverns. We gave little thought to fen, dell, or marsh. Wiser heads might fear that which they do not understand, but our folks instead took it lightly. We guarded the borders toward the marsh more lightly. We were aware of lizard men that direction, but knew them to be little threat, despite their pronounced hostility. But of course, it is the unseen and unsuspected threat that brings low even the otherwise prepared and well defended. We were not well versed in arcane magic, nor had we made a sufficient study of the denizens of the marsh, and so it should not surprise in hindsight that we were overthrown by the powerful ogre mage Verlius Garkul, who led a small army of swamp ogres, smaller in stature, yet possessed of more sinuous strength than the rocky cousins with whom we were more familiar. I was stationed in a small outpost on our farthest western border, and so was not involved in the fight. When word reached me and my men of the attack, I knew that we must hold our positions, as there could be no certainty that attack would not come from that direction. Yet at length I let the men join the fight piecemeal. There, with my father and grandfather, and the rest of our people, they were slaughtered. The mage possessed some sort of fluid that turned into a sticky, blasting fire, like an admixture of black, green, and red dragon's breath. His army was well defended by the swamp behind, and the fire clearing out our ranks to the front. Our axes and hammers scarcely seemed to bite at them. I adhered to my duty and kept the western watch, but no attack ever came from that direction, and the swamp army never even came within sight of me. My sister and brother-in-law arrived at length. He was next in command under me in that place, and she led with him. They had kept watch at a similarly situated outpost, and had seen the enemy complete its approach and attack. When all lost, they now came to me. We made our way to the high place, from whence we could survey the extent of the disaster, and saw no living member of our folk. An attack would be futile, and with no one left alive to rescue, we had little choice but to leave the place. My brother-in-law, a third cousin named Curran, like me, after our great-great-grandfather, vowed revenge. And you? I was less passionate, though never had I taken less pride in having done my duty, for I had lived while all of my kinsmen were slaughtered. But that is a story for another time. Let us get to our duties here. Very well, Curran. I should like to know more about you. I should like to hear the rest of your story. Aye, well, as I said, our people were defeated and slaughtered by the powerful ogre mage Verlius Garkul and his army of swamp ogres. I and my sister and brother-in-law had escaped as our duties had required us to remain on watch in the western outposts until the fighting was all over, and we had no opportunity to be involved in it. I had done my duty and kept watch for any possible flanking assault from the west, but how could I find anything but shame in having done so? My action, or lack thereof, was proper and honorable, yet it constituted a failure. Our people had died, and I, one of the chief among their guardians, had failed them. Surely the Scarco was responsible. He led the assault. Aye, and our gods would doubtless pay him out for his crimes, yet I could bring myself to bear no grudge against him. He was to me naught but a force of nature, an inevitability that any people who amass great wealth must be ready to endure and overcome. Our people, due to their own dereliction and lack of curiosity, had failed to do so, and I, though I did my duty and protected our western reaches, had likewise failed. My brother-in-law and distant cousin saw matters differently. He and my sister, Coriata, resolved to avenge our people. They began to plan immediately, even as we three fled the carnage through the mountains. We had been well trained by my grandfather not to seek the aid of bloodhands, the clan from which he had been estranged. Instead, we made our way through the Serpent Hills to Secomber. There and along the way, we found what work we could as guards and sellswords. Curran, my cousin, and Coriata eventually took up management of an inn and began to attract adventurers and the like, and likewise vengeance-minded. I did not relish the loss of my kin, but had over time less and less stomach for what, by now, was my cousin's only thought. It was my sister who finally accused me of disloyalty and disgrace. The time had come to part ways with both of them, and I did so, though not without a heavy heart, for blood is thick among dwarves, and they were all of our clan that was left. They would have done better to have gone, as I began to think more loudly, back to the Bloodhands, and add children to their stock. Could you not have done likewise? There are many of our race, perhaps a majority, who emerge into the world with no inclination towards marriage whatsoever. I am among this majority. My heart is turned to honor, fealty, and valor in arms. I may admire, treasure, and esteem womankind, but I have no sexual desire such as you and the lady experience. Oh, this guy's asexual. Welcome to the club, man. Let's find you a t-shirt. I drifted away instead, further west, making my way eventually to the docks area of Waterdeep, where I encountered the recently departed Armistice Sangover. Through him, I was introduced to the Order and came into its service. Because I could not be tempted, I was chosen as prime liaison with the Temple of Soon. There I met young Heartguard Tyria and came to know her little daughter, Moira. She was a lovely, gracious child, with a penetrating look, as if she knew your inner being. I watched her grow up. I aided her martial training and oversaw her trials to become a paladin. She performed brilliantly. Ms. Moira is a true gem of womanhood. You cannot love her, yet you do. Ms. Moira would be the first to remind you, Lord, that there are many kinds of love. I may not be disposed to sexual desire, but I can esteem the beauty, grace, and kindness that she embodies. I have served and protected her for as long as I have known her. My countenance may appear calm, says Stephen, but inside I am eaten alive with concern for her. So it was for her sake that you were at the Sinite Temple when we arrived. Aye, Miss Moira had gone missing, and I had been searching for her. When Heartward Tyria's call came, I was not far away. I was initially relieved when reports were that Miss Moira had entered the temple, for at least her whereabouts were known, but the actions reported to me were such that I was certain it was not her. And when we found the skin dancer, I was ready to go mad, had not the note clearly stated she was alive. Yes, I know that Heartward claimed to feel her presence, but I have come to know the Soonites well enough to doubt their emotional responses to such things. Miss Moira is a different matter, however. It would be a grievous blow, and not just to those of us who care for her, were she to be lost to the world. We will find her. To the search, then. Very well. All right. So, I got to know my companion. Let's get him a purple, gray, and black and white flag. Hey, I don't get a lot of fellow ace folk in my games, so I'm quite happy. All right. So, here we are. Paladin Order. I wonder if Aribeth has anything to say. I haven't talked to her in a while.
What is it?
I can kiss her. My love, alas, we're as short on time. It must be about her business. Come along. Well, I can be all romantic and shit. I enjoy the novelty. Here we go. Alright. Sir Stephen is walking about, followed by Lady Aribeth and Sir Curran, who I am now irrationally fond of. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, I've looked on the outside of this wonderful building. Let's go inside. Oh, for Fignugan. There we go. Hall of the Order. Oh, I see a lot of death thrones. That's a funny name for a chair. Look at these death thrones. Honestly, I'd expect death to have a more dramatic throne, wouldn't you? Oh. Oh, I came up from the wrong direction. Okay. I'm an idiot. I was looking at the map upside down. Okay, there's a person. Sir Nathan Benson. And some scales. Alright, well now I'm going to look this way, because I am curious as to what is over here. And Sir Ashen Thenemain. Okay. Well, there are a few people to talk to then. Let's go talk to this Benson fellow in this office over here. He seems like a sort of person I want to talk to. Sir Nathard. Nathard Benson. Oh, it's almost a decent name. Okay. Greetings and welcome to the Hall of the Order. I am Sir Nathard Benson, Chief Knight of this arm of the Order. You must be Sir Stephen Lioness, and come here with news from the Temple of Soon. How do matters stand with our brethren there? We have received word that they were under attack, and that you had been called for. We dispatched a force. Too late, I deem. We have rescued the temple. You described the fight, and the theft of the Mirror of Soon, and the disappearance of Mara. We do not believe that she is dead. At least the note on the skin dancer indicated so, and Heartward Tyria seemed to be able to detect her still living presence. We have pledged to rescue her, and to recover the Mirror of Soon, which is stolen. We have come to ask your aid, and I will provide it as I can. We know that the assault was launched from the sea, and can only have entered the river at Waterdeep. We have had suspicions about the area for some time. An adjunct of the Order, when Amestus Sangover, is the harbor master in one area of the docks there. He has been growing concerned about some odd folk in the area. Indeed, he seemed to think something was amiss in his personal circle, but could not be brought to say what the trouble was. He has always been fairly close, particularly since his wife died some 3 years ago now, but he has always been a most trustworthy man. You should go and consult with him. His section of the docks is nearest the river. Very well. We will go and see him. Thank you for your help. I'm glad to see that you have Curran Thunderhand with you. He is a most worthy member of the Order. It may be that when this is over, you may be able to join. I regret that I cannot invite your wife to join, but until she is no longer accounted an enemy of the Alliance, she is barred from membership. The rule against her is a just one, but she will overcome it. I can offer this. I am a member of the Waterdeep Advisory Council, and am authorized to rule on its behalf as regards matters of justice. If there is found to be some connection between the matter you are investigating and any threat to the city, I can count the deed officially to her credit. Just bring her alliance file to me after you have cleared up this matter, and I will cause it to fill partway. Thank you, Sir Nathard. We will visit Master Sangover at the Waterdeep docks. All right. Let's go see what that other guy is doing in the back. Sir Ashen Thunderman.
Hello.
It is an honor to meet you, Sir Stephen. I am Sir Ashen Thunderman, veteran of the Order. I was gravely injured in a recent campaign, and am recuperating here at the Hall. My duties at the moment involve the management of the dispensary. We have a limited number of items that we may buy and sell. Would you care to examine what we have available? Oh, he's a shopkeeper. Okay. I got one of those, I think. It's this thing. Oh my. That's kind of cool looking. I'm not going to get it, but it's kind of cool looking. Alright. Got some rods of resurrection. Those will be useful. Beyond that, doesn't look like anything too... Oh, actually I do maybe want another potion of heal. I don't want to spend too much though, because I want to go back to the forge and get some nifty shit. Ooh. That's nice. Alright. I am going to go off and go find a harbor master, yeah? I think so. I think so. Let's save. Right. Okay, let's go, let's go. The South Docks at Waterdeep. Let's go. Goodness. A new place to explore. Oh, Sir Stephen, we have arrived at a section of the Waterdeep docks. The total area of the docks is quite extensive. This area here comprises only one part of that which surrounds the mouth of the Desrin River as it flows westward into the Sea of Swords. Our boat arrived in the southeast corner of the area. Directly north of the boat, in the middle eastern part of the area, is the home of the harbor master, Amestus Sangover. Our first order of business is to speak to him. I cannot recommend entering any of the other buildings or searching furnishings of his home until after we've spoken to him. Very well. We'll speak to him before attempting any other tests in the area. Directly north of Master Sangover's house is the Carotid Artery, a local pub. Like most taverns, there is a common room downstairs and sleeping quarters upstairs. Southwest, near the middle of the area, is a warehouse that still is in much use. Ships are docked along the quays all about the western portion of the city, or the area. The homes of the mariners can be found throughout. I see. Thank you, Curran. Alright, so, sounds like we want to talk to the harbor master before we do other things. I do want to kind of run this way, though. Okay. Well, this is kind of a cool area. I quite like it. Are you where I want to be? Sailor's house? Coxswain's house? Well, they did say before I go poking around I should talk to that fellow, and very rarely do they expressly say things like that, so I suppose I have no reason not to do what I've been asked to do. Wonder which direction. I mean, he just told me, but I promptly forgot. Okay. Is this the place? It is directly north. Oh yes, this is the harbor master. Alright, I am where I'm supposed to be. I hope he has not been replaced by a shapeshifter. That would be very depressing. We're gonna find his body and he will have no face. Oh wait, I don't want to look in his stuff yet. I'm supposed to talk to him first. It would be funny if the game realized I did that. Alright, no looting his shit till I talk to him. That's what he said, right? Alright. Well, where is the fellow? It's a door out. I do want to loot his shit, but I can't do it yet. The music is getting climactic. Where is this fellow? Oh. I made a joke. I feel guilty about that now. Let's see. There's a scaffold. He's hanging. They've got him hanging from a scaffold. Hanging from this makeshift gibbet appears to be the remains of Master Armistice Sangover, harbor master. His death appears to have been self-inflicted. You see something in his pocket. His journal. This appears to be the journal of Armistice Sangover, harbor master of this docks district. His entries appear to be relatively mundane, mostly records of ships and their cargoes, until a few months ago. Entries at this time begin to note strange dealings at the Carotid Artery nearby, and shadier than normal strangers in the area, few of whom seem to have a sailor's bearing. Later entries begin to mention a female visitor, later called the Lady, whose arrivals appear innocent enough, flirtatious, though always at night. He records that she presses in on his dreams. She wishes him to take her to his bed. He resists, true to his apparently departed wife. The last entry reads, "Failed at long last. Strong drink has so often provided unencumbered sleep. Last night, though, to my eternal shame, the lady broke through the dreams. Perhaps she only lulled me by allowing those nights of drunken peace. No resistance could I put up, as she took me to her at last. Life is over, and good riddance to it. She can only get a stronger hold on me, if I continue on. Broke up the keys weeks ago, hid the pieces with the clues. Only one of the order, I think, can find and fix them. Tyr, please forgive my failures." Some distance below, on the page, a red heart and corona symbol stands next to the following words. Variation O. VAUO is what's capitalized. The Golden Rule, 3134. You recognize the heart and corona symbol as belonging to the order. You suspect it may be helpful to ask the nearest member of the order for assistance with clues, should you need any. All right. So, can I figure it out myself? B-A-U-O. Well, I want to talk to Curran anyway, because he knows this.
And welcome to you.
So do I want to get him to help me decipher the code, or do I want to try to do it myself? Okay. Let's look in his stuff. Okay. Now I feel like I can loot his shit, because obviously he's dead. Okay. It's a fucking shame. Some evil person took advantage of the poor fellow. Got him drunk. Alright.
There, that should help.
Okay. This poor fellow. Bookcase? Nah, I don't need those books.
There, that should help. I can do that.
Okay. If you want to. That wasn't quite what I meant, but okay.
There, that should help.
B-A-U-O. What could that possibly mean, I wonder? Doesn't look like there's anything in here. So, I guess we go outside and we take a look. Or I can always ask, I can always cheat and ask the, I don't want to cheat though. I want to figure it out myself. 3134 was the other part. I do like that he included a way for people who can't figure out riddles to figure it out, because I'm probably going to need the help. But first, I want to try it myself. Okay. These are all books I've seen before. Okay. Alright, so let's wander about and see what there is to see. There's a shopkeeper. Shopkeepers are always fun.
Hello there.
I'd like to make a purchase. Certainly, sir. Alright, anything good? Nope, not really. Nothing that stands out. Okay. Alright. That's a warehouse. I think it'd be good for me to have a look around before I go into any buildings. Because maybe that will help me figure out what I want to do. Let's talk to the sailors.
Hi, yes. What?
Avast, ahoy, belay, the dark doings below deck. Ooh, now where's my rum? I think these guys might not be sellers. They seem kind of sketchy. I don't know, that says they look experienced. There's a boatswain's house. Okay. There's lots of places here to look. You can also look below deck. I may have to ask Curran after all. I don't know.
Well, hello to you.
Is that a sardine in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me? That's pretty entertaining. Burn. Well, look, it ain't the size that counts. It's what you do with it. Also, Stephen wears no pants, so there's likely shrinkage going on. Okay. Thinking that I might be calling it quits pretty soon, though, anyway. But I'm gonna finish fleshing out the map before I do. And then I'm gonna have to figure out what the fuck is going on with my sound settings again. I think it's my headset. That's what I get for a cheap headset. I might need to replace it. Should also listen to my VOD and see exactly how bad it is. Parts. So I thought I was audible at the very beginning, but maybe I wasn't. Maybe I wasn't at all. That would be depressing and upsetting. Alright. Carotid artery. Or carotid artery, sorry. Ah, thank you, thank you. Sounds fine now. That makes me happy. Apparently it did not earlier. Oh, well, thank you for taking a look. For a little while there, I think my headset gave out or something, and that was not fun. Hopefully it's still working. Or the USB port that my headset was plugged in gave out, which is also possible. Here we go. Here we are. So, there are a lot of places I can look. And is there a way to get over there? There's a sewer entrance, it looks like. Well, that's a bit unnerving. There's no way up. Is there a way down? Alright, so I might just be going off to explore at this point. Alright, so let's look at the book again. Red heart and corona symbol belongs to the order. Variation O. The golden rule 3134. Maybe I should talk to my friend, huh? I'm not sure what this could possibly mean. Oh, there's the sewer entrance. That's good to know. Carotid artery, Bellman's house. Let's save. Oh, thank you. That's good to know. That's good to know. Thank you for checking. All right. Okay, is there a sailor to talk to here? Let's poke around to stuff. No, I'm not going to steal his money. I don't have a reason to yet. Though, I do want more money. Nope. Not yet. Chemical apparatus. That would help if I opened the door. just money, which is understandable. You know, it's probably a good time to call it quits, actually. So I'm going to do that. I did have fun. I hope you guys had fun too. We have liberated a temple. Well, actually, I got to bang my wife in a cabin. Always nice. I got to liberate a temple. My friend has not gone traitor. She's just been abducted, possibly for sacrifice, and has been replaced by a shapeshifter. Got a new friend. A dwarf. That's nice. I've always liked dwarves. And the black screen bang screen, yep. The black screen bang scene. Damn it, that's harder to say than it ought to be. Yep, so I feel like it's been a productive day. Alright. Let's see. Who do I want to raid out to? Unfortunately, I've got to be up relatively early because I'm going to be in our sister county doing some stuff. And that's a long-ass drive. Alright. So, who do I want to raid out to? It's kind of early for me still. Quite a few people are awake. If anyone wants to suggest anyone, that would be lovely. But if not, that's okay. I can see that my friend Chadley Wick is on. He's playing Ark Survival Evolved. So that sounds like fun. I haven't raided him in a while. So I think maybe I'll do that. Alright. Well, you have a good night. XX Jonathan XX. Always good to have you. And thank you for checking for the sound thing for me. Thank you, Effector and Plunge, if you're still around. And anybody else, I'm really glad to have you. I'll probably be on tomorrow, assuming that my sound issues don't continue. Alright, well, have a good night. Thank you. Okay, let's go find a thing. I've been having quite fun with this module, I think. A couple of things kind of stand out, though. Oh well. Alright, I'm going to stop. I'm going to see you soon. Bye-bye.